That's the hookup. And look, and at Walmart, you can get like a huge bag of chicken nuggets. Oh shit! I heard them. But yeah, at Walmart, they have a big bag of like chicken nuggets in a purple bag. It's probably like this damn big. It's a lot in there, and you can get it for like I think $11 or $12, and you can probably get like what 12 of these will run you like what, like $6 or something, somewhere roughly. And you get a bag of mixed vegetables for like $2 or so, and that's $20 right there. And you could be eating off that for like a whole week. Now I'm not saying eat only that for a whole week, but it's a meal. I'm just saying like that shit is a meal. Noodles, mixed vegetables, and really any kind of like affordable meat. I'm telling you, that's the way to go. Annual report. Administration recently established multiple workshops. Shops. Shit. Did that show up as a document so I can read it in the event? Nah, okay. Okay. A multitude of workshops will take place over the next 12 to 6 months to address the PSO radioactive malpractice that occurred over the course of a decade. The teams at NRC and MNSS have been working towards determining what additional studies could be beneficial due to the rate of exposure in the area. Our first day with some of the workshops included presentations from staff to provide background information on recent studies. Dr. Lynch provided a summary of the data taken from subject Casey Dwyer 001 on long-term effects of blah, 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 blah. Okay. That was just like an information disc, so didn't get much out of that. But we're on the right track now. Now we know that we can um we can warm these disc ups on the vent, the broken vent that's leaking the steam there. But I really need to find that hammer because I won't be able to get back out of that room without it. And I don't know where that hammer is at. I know it's somewhere around here though. Burger King is better taste, but they close at 10 p.m. McDonald's is 24/7. I don't think my McDonald's is 24/7. But you know, stuff like that varies location to location. But I don't think mine is 24/7. The only fast food place that's open late throughout the week where I'm at is Cookout. But Cookout is another place that just got ruined by inflation. You know, I mean, they used to have a dollar menu pretty much. You know, chicken nuggets, fries, hush puppies, onion rings, hot dogs, stuff like that, like the basics. Used to be like $1, and now it's $2. So I mean, like it doubled in price. And then like the more expensive stuff, like chili cheese fries, the burgers and everything went up by like $1 or two. The trays, you know, the little combo meals went up by $1.50, $2. So, but me, I'm the type I eat out probably like once a week, maybe twice, cause just can't afford to, bro. Like a lot of times when I go eat out, I feel like I got robbed, bro. So I don't go eat out very much. You know, I'm one thing I will say about myself. Like if I had a girlfriend, I'm probably one of the best niggas to be with as far as like struggling, because I don't have a lot of habits. I don't have a lot of habits, bro. Like I'd make a good struggle boyfriend for sure. Cause I'm gonna at least say like I might not make the most money, but I'd be damned if I don't save some money. Do I want to save again? I don't know. I mean, it ain't really dangerous. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go. God, nah, fuck. I think I'm gonna look for the hammer and then I'll come back and save. I'll leave the tape here though. Okay, that's the tape. All right. Yeah, I get it. I don't have a lot of advantages in the potential boyfriend department. But ladies, if you need a struggle boyfriend, your lord. Lord, I mean, I'm with it. I've noticed though, like with a lot of people like myself, whether around my age or maybe a bit younger, where we fuck up at is the habits. That's what makes it hard for people to save money is the habits. Like stuff like smoking weed and going out to eat a lot, drinking and what it's if you work an entry level job, you can't afford to do shit like that, bro. I'm just gonna be honest. You can't afford like or like if you do it, it's got to be very sparingly. Like I said, I eat out once or twice a week, but I've known people that I grew up with, and what always confused me about them was that they had jobs, but they were always broke. That's what always, I'm like, how y'all always broke? Like you work every week. I'm like, how y'all niggas always broke? But I thought about it. I started doing the math, and I was like, these guys probably smoke like $10 a weed a day. They go out to eat 4 or 5 times a week, and if you do the math, that's like between just weed and eating out, they're spending like $100 a week doing that shit, if not more. And I'm like, bro, if I was doing that, I wouldn't be able to save money. If I if I was doing all that shit, I would not be able to save money, bro. Like me being able to save money is pretty much dependent on me not having those habits. Where the fuck is the hammer, dog? Because I can't get that one disc without that hammer for sure. I don't know. Maybe it's down here. Might be down here somewhere. Snacks in my local Family Dollar don't even get discounts anymore. Only two for Dollar X or buy two get one free deals. I mean, even like the sales that we might see. I mean, nothing compares to what the prices were. Nothing compares, bro. Like once you know, like we already knew what it was. So just seeing like these little fake ass sales, they ain't no damn sale. It still costs more than it used to. It's not very often where I feel like I'm getting a deal buying anything these days, to be honest with you. So there's a disc I need to get out of here, but I think I gotta break this window with the hammer. The problem is I don't remember where the hammer is at. And every time you go in here, it locks behind you. Oh, that motherfucker was right there. Oh my god. Bruh. And I had to flat. How did he not see me, bro? That was crazy. How did he not see me? He got his damn mind, bro. That dude's blind and slow. I think there's another disc in here though, so I can at least get this one. There's a disc in one of these. I remember I got two out of here one time, and that's another videotape. And I think there's another disc. It needs a disc. It needs a, where was the other one? There was two discs in here, I remember. Or maybe I'm just not remembering correctly. People don't have a disposable income. Not at my price range level. I'm gonna jam Silent Hill 2 tonight. Good on you. Remake or original? That's important. It's kind of important. I gotta know. I wonder if I'm the only person that prefers Silent Hill 1 over 2 though. 2 felt too easy. It felt more like an experience than like a challenging video game. Man, I remember when I played Silent Hill 3, uh I put it on hard. I should not have done that. I mean, that ruined the game. Whoa, fuck! Oh my god! He scared the shit out of me. I was too relaxed. Bro, I felt fear down to my legs. I felt fear down. Oh my god! Have you ever seen you? Dude, I was scared to death. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That scared the fuck out of me. I was sitting here just chilling, bro, talking with the homies, and this nigga's come out of nowhere, bro. I was not ready for that shit. I'm sitting here with a loaded gun, and I was not ready, bro. I think I had like the damn lock pick out. Oh shit, that was terrible, dog. I was not ready for that. Bruh, I don't think I've ever been that scared in my whole time playing like survival horror games, bro. Like that shit scared the shit out of me. I ain't even gonna lie. That literally scared the shit out of me. Oh fuck! I gotta clip that. That was maximum fear right there. The fear hit my brain and okay, 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 okay. I'm just recovering from the fear, but if you guys have ever seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the first one, and there's that part where Jerry is going to the house, and Kirk and Pam have already been killed, and so they sent Sally and Franklin sent Jerry to the house to go find him because they didn't know where they were at. So Jerry finds the house, which is the Leatherface family house, and he goes in the little butcher's room where Leatherface does his torturing and killing, and he hears some knocking in the freezer, and he opens it, and Pam comes out of the fucking freezer, and he's scared. Like, whoa, shit! And then he turns around, and Leatherface is right there with the hammer, and he says, "Ah, dude, that's exactly how I felt." I know how he felt now, bro. That shit, and the reason why it scared me so bad was because I was so relaxed, bro. I'm like, let me find this hammer, dog. I was avoiding him so easily. I wasn't even thinking about it. I'm over here talking about inflation and fucking snacks and shit. And then I turned the corner. This guy just right there, bro. Like I forgot, dude. I literally forgot I was playing a survival horror game, dude. Like I was so relaxed. That scared the fuck out of me. All right, that's gonna be great. I gotta make a scare compilation of this game, bro. Cause this game got the hell out of me so many times. That was the worst one though. I wish I wasn't scared to drive. I was scared when I first started driving. I'm gonna do a video too about that. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm gonna do a video about how I learned how to drive. Cause I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly like that fear of driving that you're talking about there. When you watch other people drive, I better be careful about talking too, because I don't want to get scared like that again. But I'm gonna be ready this time, bro. I ain't playing this bullshit. But when you talk about the fear of driving, um, there's that point when you don't know anything about driving because you never done it yourself, and when you watch other people do it, it's like watching somebody do magic, right? You can't believe that people do that. That's how I felt. I'm watching other people drive and navigate traffic, and I'm like, bro, how are they doing this? It seems so amazing when you don't know how to do it, when you don't understand it, or when you don't know that the feeling of it, you don't have a feel for it. You might as well be watching somebody do magic tricks, bro, because it just looked like something you could never do yourself. But when you start to do it and you figure it out, it's really not that bad. But it is real. It's one of those things where it's one of those things where you absolutely you have to be focused. I will say that. Like it gets to a point where you get used to it, but part of driving and not dying is just paying attention. And one of the first things I told myself when I started to learn how to drive, I used to always tell myself this: never dial it in, never dial it in, never dial it in. And what I meant was that never get too comfortable. Because I knew I was going to do that. I knew I was going to get good enough to the point where I want to start doing dumb shit that other people do, like checking the phone or something. And so I always check myself on stuff like that. Or like ignoring the fundamentals. Like when you get to a stop sign, you have to come to a complete stop. You don't just like slow down in front of the stop sign, then keep going. Or of course, abiding by speed limits. Like there's a reason for all the fundamentals in driving. But as you become better at it, you realize I don't have to always follow the fundamentals. And then that's where you fuck up. Right? That's where you fuck up. Like my friend, wait, what's this? I'll read that later. I ain't reading this shit in the damn out in the open. But my friend is missing a bottom tooth right now because he got in a car accident and didn't have his seatbelt on. So when the car crashed, he hit his head on the steering wheel, I think, and knocked one of his damn teeth out. But that's what happens when you ignore the fundamentals. Well, I just won't put my seatbelt on today. Boom. Well, now I got 25 teeth. Right? It's that kind of thing. But but for sure, I get the fear because I felt it too. But you do you get over it. You get over it. Sometimes when I'm driving, I'm kind of in disbelief. Like damn, I'm really doing this shit. Man, when I went to GalaxyCon, that was all the way in Raleigh. That's the capital of North Carolina. That's how. So that was like 80 miles from where I'm at. And the first time with the Raleigh, I went early in the morning so I could avoid the traffic. But I couldn't avoid the traffic to go to GalaxyCon because I went right after work. And so I was deep in the traffic, and man, oh, even with having like years of driving experience under my belt, going to GalaxyCon, that was kind of scary because that was my first time being on like the busy highway going to like the capital of the damn state, and the traffic down there is really crazy. But I survived. I used all of my experience to the best of my ability and survived. But I'll make a video detailing how I got used to driving and how I overcame that fear. But like I said, is you overcome it, but it never stops being real. Like when I got in that car accident, which wasn't my fault, by the way, I got rear-ended. I mean, when we felt the impact of that car hit the back of ours, that shit was like, bro, I thought I was in damn Final Destination or something. That shit was like boom. And that was just like a simple rear end situation. So as much as you get used to it, just never forget that your life is on the line when you in them damn machines, bro. And it don't matter how good you drive, it's other people that you have to look out for. Because I've had some close calls just because of other people doing stupid shit. Like there's this one area, right? I put that shit right back in. There's this one area in my part of town. There's a stop sign, right? But it's like it's a small road leading into the parking lot of like the shopping mall. And there's a stop sign before you really go into that area, right? For some reason, people do not like stopping at that stop sign, bro. They feel like they don't have to stop there. And whenever I'm driving close to that little spot, I always watch out for people coming in through that area because I just notice people feel like they don't have to stop there. And there's been like two times already where me being aware of that prevented, like, now I don't think it would have been a collision, but it would have been a close call if I would have went forward with the thinking that they're gonna stop because there's a stop sign there. Whenever I'm there, I watch whoever coming through, and I slow down because I know people don't like to stop there. So it's one of those things where you can't. It's not just about what you do. You gotta take into consideration that other people are fucking crazy, even if you drive with some sense. And the number of people you will see driving like this, which means they're looking at their phone, texting and driving and shit, or changing the music playlist. That's another thing I look out for. Now I'll admit, I've done that before. Now I don't text and drive it. I'll do dumb fucking retarded shit like that. But I might grab the phone to change the song or something like that. But my car is nice because I can change songs with a button on the steering wheel, so I don't have to. But usually, if I do it, it'll be because like I just started driving and I forgot to hook the phone up to the Bluetooth. So I grab it real quick, hook it up to the Bluetooth, and then put it back. And even then, if I do that, I'll do it at a stop sign or a traffic light. I don't typically do it when I'm driving, but I shouldn't do it at all. But it's very, very rare that I've ever done it anyway. So yeah, just understand the fundamentals and remember, uh, most people driving are retarded. Look out for them too. What do we got? We got two tapes and we got this to dry. I still haven't been able to find that hammer though, but I know it's here. I know the hammer is here. It's gotta be here. Oh shit. It's gotta be here somewhere. Mee goreng noodles are delicious. Mee goreng. I feel like I probably seen that, but I'm not sure. I usually get like the what Maruchan, the classic, the classic Maruchan. Frozen pizza are cheap here in New Zealand. Now that's one thing that's still pretty affordable. I will say that. Problem is I don't eat pork anymore, so I don't have like a lot I can choose from when I do decide to eat frozen pizzas. That's the issue. Deciding to stop eating. Speaking of pork, my God. But deciding to stop eating pork really limited my pizza selections. It's either cheese pizza or beef pizza. But luckily, beef pizza is very, 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 very good. So I don't feel too deprived. But yeah, pretty affordable where I'm at too. Um, you can get like a well, I guess it would be considered a large or like a I don't know. I feel like those some of those big frozen pizzas are like the size is really somewhere between like a medium and a large for being accurate. But enough for one person. I'll put it like no, really enough for two. Like one, if you're being a fat ass like me, but sometimes like I'll buy one and I'll split it in half and share it with my brother or whoever else is around, and that's still a good meal. But yeah, I can get one of those for like $4.50 to $5, like the cheaper ones. So that's not a bad pickup either. I got plenty of tapes in here, bro. Man, that energy drink got me feeling kind of loopy, bro. Yeah, I'm about to take a piss break soon too, bro. I really think I need that hammer, and I don't remember where I put it at. I just heard him too. I kind of want to save, but I feel like I don't have much reason to. Ain't like I made a lot of progress or anything. I will though, just so I don't have to do that shit over again. In case I have another uh moment like what happened last time. And I'm gonna pee too. I got a piss bottle in here. I don't want to leave the room. Let me see. You got a piss bottle. Can I use this as a piss bottle? I could. All right, give me a second. Damn, that is so much better. And that was an energy drink piss right there too. Those are the worst ones. Oh man, great. Oh, that I feel so much better, man. Oh, damn. I probably told this story before, but I've always had a very weak bladder ever since I was a kid. Um, and I didn't stop wetting the bed until I was in sixth grade. And it was a man, that was an issue for me growing up. I was a bad bedwetter. I mean, terrible. And I remember the last time I peed in the bed. I remember it vividly. It was the first day of sixth grade, and I just remember because I'm going from I'm going from elementary school to middle school, and on the first day of middle school, I pissed in the bed, and I got to go through that whole process of getting the sheets up, and yeah, just embarrassing. And I remember telling myself, I'm in sixth grade now. I cannot be pissing in the bed anymore. And I never did it again. And I don't know what it was, if it was like mental or, but it was just so funny to me how simple it was to get over. Like this was a serious problem for me. And wetting my bed on the first day of sixth grade, it made some click in my mind where I was like, this is unacceptable. I'm not doing this shit anymore. And it's not like I did anything different. Like I didn't start peeing before going to bed. I did everything the same. But it was just like a mental shift in my mind to where I just did not accept doing it anymore, and I didn't do it anymore. To this day I don't know what the fuck that was. It was just so weird. Like I just decided I'm not doing it anymore, and I didn't do it anymore. When I never did it on purpose. It was just like something. It was like involuntary. And to this day, I don't understand like why it worked like that. But that's how I got over it. I just told myself I wouldn't do it anymore, and I didn't. If it was something I was consciously doing, then I would understand. That's a matter of willpower. But I don't know what that was. It was like I had this moment of determination. I'm never gonna pee in the bed again. It was like one of those anime moments, like when Naruto got scared during his first battle and he cut himself to mark the occasion that he would never allow it to happen again. It was like that, but with me peeing in the bed. Like way less cool. Maybe I don't know, bro. And it's funny because I remember seeing a hammer somewhere. And now I can't find it. Did I leave it in an event somewhere? Did I leave it in here? I haven't really checked this room thoroughly, but there's nothing but bandages in here, really. Uh, Damn, how did I get up here the first time? Shit. Bro. He must have heard me hopping around. Okay. I had the gun out, and I still think he would have hit me in the head with the hammer at least one time. I think if I was in this situation in real life, if I at least had the gun, I wouldn't get. I can say I wouldn't get spooked that bad, but I think I would react better because I'd be on pins and needles. Like I'd be so focused, bro. I'd be stupid focused. Like I would have my just I'd just be man, the first person I see getting shot, you could be innocent and I'm gonna shoot you. Cause I'm gonna be so ready to shoot this motherfucker. But really I'd be like caught up in these little conversations and shit while I'm killing time. And that's why I be getting scared so bad because I'm not really as focused as I need to be. But that's fine. Ain't nothing wrong being scared. It's something to laugh at. Okay, so that was just data. Is there anything over here? Hex key. I don't know, bro. It's worst case scenario. This could be like a glitch situation or something. If the hammer just completely disappeared, bro, been stuck in this house for a whole month. It's been like what a week or so. It's been like a week and some change. But see, really, I didn't expect the game to be this long. That's the thing. That's the real issue. I didn't expect it to be this long. I thought this was like some little quick, little indie Steam game, and it's not that it's that long, but it's one of those games where it's like it's a lot of puzzle solving and having to find items and maneuvering around an unkillable killer. Dying a lot. That's the real issue. Getting stuck like I am now. But yeah, it's not really a long game. It's more so like your first time playing it can be long depending on your ability to kind of figure things out. And I ain't that great at games like these. I tend to prefer survival horror games where you're going around murdering monsters the whole time, like Silent Hill, Resident Evil, shit like that. Ones like this, I tend not to be very good at. This kind of reminds me of like Amnesia a little bit. I've never been that good at games like these. Yeah, I feel like they're really harder overall because you can't kill what's trying to kill you. Bit of savings. Weed is getting cheaper here. That's good. I can't afford it. I cannot afford to smoke. But I kind of lost interest in smoking over time anyway. Yo, bro is walking fast sometimes too, yo. I've just noticed that. I don't know if it's because he heard me, but he will be walking hella fast. I actually thought I left the hammer in here. Oh, but I guess not. I'm gonna listen to the stream while playing Skate 3. I don't think I ever played those games. I think the only skateboard games I played were Tony Hawk, those classic Tony Hawk games. And I think what was the one Tony Hawk's Underground? What was it? The one where they had like Bam Margera on the cover or something? Those Tony Hawk Pro Skater games were awesome though. Man, they were awesome. Man, the funny thing that I remember, the funny thing that I remember about those Tony Hawk games is that like people I knew, they would go and play the game, right? And then they would buy a skateboard and then realize like, wait a minute. Skateboarding is way harder in real life than in this damn video game. That was always funny to me, bro. Like, I definitely saw that. Motherfuckers would play that game and then think, I'm gonna just go buy a skateboard. And it's gonna be like riding a bike. Riding a skateboard, FY, is nothing like riding a bike. It's really difficult and you can hurt yourself a lot. But definitely the Tony Hawk games make it look so easy. Cause it's like, in those games, the way they play, it's almost like you're kind of just glued to the skateboard. So you don't really get a sense of like weight and how it really feels. I think some of the later skateboard games did a better job of emulating the feel and complexity of riding a skateboard. But Tony Hawk is like Tony Hawk doesn't do that at all. Tony Hawk is like um I don't know. I guess it's like playing fucking Mario Kart and thinking that that's what being a race car driver is like. Oh man, or playing Ready to Rumble boxing and thinking that's what being a boxer is like. I think that's yeah, it's like that, bro. It's nothing similar. It's more like a cart. It's more like a cartoonish way of portraying the life of a skateboarder. It's so funny because when you watch skateboarders in real life, like they'll just be sitting there fucking up like one trick, like like 28 times, and then get it right like 5 times. But when you stick that trick, when you get it right, that's the beauty of it. When you figure it out, and when you do something really difficult after failing 100 times, and you pull it off, and then you can start pulling it off more consistently. That's the beauty of it. I might never get out of here, bro. What Hugueways are scary at first. Me out highways, man. It's no joke. It's no now. I was smart though. The first time I rode to Raleigh, I did it early in the morning, so there was very little traffic. It was very little traffic. And so because of that, and see, I think that was important on my journey to figuring out how to ride the highways. Because doing it with little traffic, it gave me the chance to get a feel for like higher speeds. I wasn't used to going 65, 75, 80 miles an hour because where I'm at the most, like in my city, we go 45 and not much higher than that. And so it was good for me to get used to just that feel of going at a higher speed. When does this door close? So right when you grab the disc, the door closed. Okay. I know that now. So you cannot grab that disc without the door closing. And I think this is meant to be broken with a hammer. I don't think a gun can do it. Well, you can at least open the door for me. That'll be so cool if you could like lure him in to get him to open the door, and then you just gotta shoot him in the face to get rid of him. Shut down sequence. And then it says error. How is it you can fit two keys in here though? My bad. My computer had a stroke again. I still haven't figured out what that is. There's something with the driver timeout or something. We'll figure it out. But I probably needed to load the game back up anyway because I was stuck in that room. I have to find the fucking hammer. Can somebody confirm if the stream is back up? I just went out. Let me somebody say something so I can make sure. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Yeah, I've been having a bit of an issue. It's a driver timeout or something. I'm trying to figure it out. I always tell myself I'm gonna figure it out, and then I get off stream and jack off or something. I cannot get out of here, Lord. Oh, come on, come on. All right. Yeah, we gotta find that damn hammer, bro. Like that's what's really holding us up. Computer disk notes is too wet to use. We gotta find that damn hammer. I should put your music on my phone. Which one? Why don't you eat pork? Pork. I did research on it before, but I always forget the exact um, problems with pork. But there are quite a few. But to put it simply, out of all the commonly eaten meats, pork is considered to be the least healthy. So compared to like chicken, beef, fish, stuff like that. Like if you think about it, what's the meat that most people eat? It'll be some combination of chicken, beef, pork, fish. And out of all that, pork is basically considered to be the least healthy. But there are some like unique health problems associated with it. I forgot exactly what they were. Like I know one of them is like parasites or something. If the meat isn't prepared properly, but that's basically what it comes down to. I mean, I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world. I'm not saying it like, oh, you guys shouldn't eat pork. That was just one of the decisions that I made for myself, just to clean up my diet a little bit, just a little bit. Even when I look up the bad things about pork, it don't really seem that bad. It don't seem that bad. And some of the negative things attributed to it are kind of like rare and situational. Like I said, parasites with pork that's not prepared properly. Again, that's something you're probably not going to run into 9 times out of 10. But I just went ahead and made the decision. Just trying to clean up the diet a little bit. Trimming the fat from the soul, as I like to say. But I still have my bad eating habits. I still eat too much sugar. That's probably my worst habit for sure. But even then, I've cut back a little bit on that. Um, where is the hammer? I just heard him too. I'm gonna chill for a little bit. I wonder if he can run past this steam here. I'm listening in my car. I'll listen to a podcast in the car every now and then. It's not too weird. It's kind of weird though. Hmm. If I look at earlier footage, I could probably figure out where I left it or if. But I got a bad feeling, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. I got a bad feeling that shit might have just glitched off the whole stage. I hope I'm wrong, but I hate to say it. My gut is telling me, bro, like that hammer glitched out somewhere. That's like the worst case scenario. But I got a bad feeling because I feel like I would have like just left it I would have left it somewhere. Bolt cutter. Can I use the bolt cutter to break the glass? That would be fucking ridiculous. I mean, but not really. In real life, you probably could use a pair of bolt cutters to break glass. In fact, I think the gun really should be able to. It's just that the hammer is the designated window breaking item, so that's why I know if I can break that window, that's what they want me to do, and I'm pretty sure that's what they want me to do. Let me look at some of these documents, bro. Maybe like it's something in the documents that I can. Bug spray memo. 3 days after executing what we believe to be all the insects inhabiting the vents, they've seen to have multiplied by the dozen. They're increasingly aggressive, where they bite hard and can puncture the skin to the point of drawing blood. Many of us cannot focus on this as we are preoccupied with the work, and we need someone to go and purchase more bug spray. Sergeant Davis has been notified of the issue and is currently awaiting approval for dispatch. In the meantime, the kitchen will remain closed. So they don't even tell you where to get it. They just like, well, go find it. Go find it, bitch. Shutdown code. Damn. Chat stream went out right at the finale. Well, yeah, I wouldn't say a finale. I mean, I'm still stuck. I'm still damn stuck. Sink, nothing interesting. Stove, nothing interesting. Refrigerator, nothing interesting. How could they not put something in the refrigerator, bruh? You gotta put something in the refrigerator. I just feel like it's mandatory for a survival horror game. You put something in the refrigerator, you put something in the bathroom. It's that simple. Whoa! Oh, I did it. Oh man, I finally reacted properly. uh and see, sometimes I make the mistake of thinking he not gonna see me. He not gonna turn the light on and just look at me. And he did too. But luckily I didn't let my guard down. I said, fuck it. I'm pulling the gun out. I mean, he walked right in, turned the light on, and just looked. Oh man. Ugh. part of what makes it so scary is that he's so fast, and when you shoot him, like he doesn't flinch at all. Like you have to shoot him enough to make him run away. So as you're shooting him, until you shot him enough, he's just coming. I heard him. Anti-pork propaganda is pushed by the religious for no reason. I mean, look, like I said, the things I saw that were negative about it didn't seem that bad. It didn't seem like, oh, this is horrible. Like there are worse things people are probably eating regularly, like the artificial dyes and things like that that are literally made of cancerous material. Um, but there are definitely some noticeable issues with it. I just again I haven't done the research in a while, but I don't know. Like, just one of the decisions I made for myself more than anything else. I don't look at it as being like the worst thing ever. Some people are really militant about it, like Muslims especially, and I think that's where the religious aspect kind of comes into it, because that's haram for the Muslim community. But again, for me, it was just more about just eliminating one of the less healthy things from my diet. Like even now, I try to avoid those artificial dyes and whatnot. But it is hard. I ain't gonna lie, it's hard avoiding that. I'll be in the candy aisle sometimes, and it's like 90% of it has those damn dyes in it. Like 90% of them. And even stuff that's not candy. That's the funny thing about it. It ain't even just candy. Okay, we already got that key out of there. Man, I hate to say it, but I really feel like that hammer disappeared. Or I'm gonna have to look at the older footage just to make sure. But that's the feeling I got. Is that it's fucking gone forever. Oh man. Is it true what they say? We're never getting out of here? I think when he hears you walking or jumping, he walks faster to find you. I just noticed that too. Like there are certain things that trigger him to like just zoom to where you are, or maybe like a specific noise, like a gunshot or the alarm. I knew he was coming, bruh. That's why I stopped. But yeah, I think there are specific noises that cause him to rush to your location or the location of the sound. But I think when he hears you running or jumping, he just walks faster. And that's kind of scary in of itself. Because usually he's going so slow that it's easy to avoid him. But if you don't catch when you're making extra noise like that, it, Hey, turn these damn lights out again too. There's the candy bar. Maybe I. He's been very active recently. It's kind of unusual. Yeah, like he has not been this this active in a while. I'm coping hard now. Like I put the hammer in a damn dresser somewhere. Why is he sticking to this area so hard, bro? Like for the longest time, I was barely running into him. Now he's all over me, bro. I have this knife. Man, it don't even flick right. Lord, look at that though. That ain't bad, huh? Ooh, I have this knife. Oh, excuse me, God, man. I swear these energy drinks. That was such weird dialogue in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre when they pick up the hitchhiker. He says, "I have this knife," and it's just like he came out of nowhere, just pulled it out. It was like, "I have this knife." Like who the fuck does that? I get it. The whole idea was that the hitchhiker was weird as fuck. You know, I got you. I get it. But I feel like there's like a certain genius to that writing, bro. Because it's such an unusual thing to say. Like even for a weirdo to just pull out a knife and say, "I have this knife." Like normally you would say something like, "Do you want to see my knife?" Something like that. You know, like one of my coworkers, like we have these boxes sometimes that we need to cut open, and she knows I keep a knife on me, so she'll say, "Do you have your knife?" And I'll pull it out and cut the box open. And you know, I had just got this new knife, and I said, "Look at my new knife." Right? That's how you would say it. This guy was just like, "I have this knife." Like, yeah, I have it. Like, okay, dude, you got it. Great. I wonder if people are still playing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game though. I haven't played in like fucking 2 months or something. You know, once they announced that they were no longer making new content, that kind of yeah, that's like the beginning of the end for just about any game of that nature. Bro, I think this guy is like at work or something. Like I think he has different shifts. Like when you hear the cuckoo clock, I think his behavior changes according to the clock or something. Cause sometimes he's more active looking for me, and then other times he's pushing that barrel around. And I think when he's pushing that barrel around, it's like his job or something. I wonder if I kill that cow, would he have a reaction to that? Hmm. What if it was right here behind the door? Dude, how many times am I gonna check this damn pig room for this hammer? Bro, I hate to say it. I think that shit completely disappeared, man. I don't think the hammer is even here anymore. Like, how many times have I gone in the same rooms over and over again? All right, lamb room. I'm checking behind the doors. I don't know, bro. Like the game, I don't know. Like this might really be it. I think the game like glitched out or something, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. And I don't know if I like. I definitely don't feel like going back to try to. Man, shit. I'll probably just accept the bad ending I got. I'm not even gonna lie, bro, because I don't feel like going back doing this shit over again, dude. God, I just feel like if it disappeared, that's not my fault. That ain't my damn fault anyway. That ain't got shit to do with me. Parts like this is really why this game is just so damn long anyway. And what makes it worse is that if it's glitched out, then it ain't even my fault. Like I ain't do nothing. I didn't do anything except just not take the hammer when it was there. I don't know if I ever seen him coming here. Okay. notes again. There's something right here too, but I can't get to it. Yeah, I think it's a paperclip. I just saw it. Yeah, it's just a paperclip. I checked this whole damn room again. Oh, he must have been in here. That light is on.